what just cannot get the frets. The fingers aren't really, the end of the fingers really just aren't tough enough, to be honest with you, to hold the frets.
Right. Well, I mean, you know, that's a big speciality of mine, like building someone up right from the very basics, you know. So
where do you teach? Do you teach locally in Lewis, or
I teach everything. I think nearly all my pupils are in Brighton at the moment. So I drive around going to their houses and one-on-one tuition, you know.
Oh, right, okay, fine. And so you busk in Brighton as well as Lewis, do you?
Yeah, sometimes. I prefer Lewis because it's, you know, in Brighton, there's a big saturation of buskers. Like there's buskers everywhere. And
I know there is, yeah.
So I think that people don't really look at you so much like, oh, that's interesting. They're just like, oh, I see all you guys everywhere all the time, you know.
Yeah, it's funny because like in Lewis, that particular spot where you bust on the bridge is extremely popular. It really is.
It's a lovely place, a lovely spot. Yeah.
It's a lovely town, isn't it?
Yes. Right. I love Lewis. Yeah. Lovely. Mm-hmm.
So you got your guitar handy, have you?
Yeah, I do. I have.
Can you give us a song?
Oh, right. Wow. Wasn't quite expecting, but
no, I am. I am the king of the unexpected, to be honest.
That's all right. That's all right. Any particular vibe?
No, I'll leave it. One of your own numbers would be nice if you could. You write stuff as well, don't you?
Yeah, I do. I mean, in terms of it just being like purely acoustic, the guitar and my voice, I mean, nothing really springs to mind that would be quite suitable, like in terms of my own stuff. But I could do a cover all day long.
Yeah, right. I know what, Paul Simon or something.
You might have mentioned that to me before. I don't know any Paul Simon.
Okay, what about Cat Stevens?
Nope.
No. Well, you pick one then. You pick one. To be honest, you pick one, Tris. Look, you know what you can play better than I do.
Okay. Well, here's one that I usually like to kick off when I'm busking. So. Let's see. So Suzanne, yeah, my voice. Suzanne takes you down to a place near the river. You can hear the boats go by. You can spend the night beside her, and you know that she's half crazy, but that's why you want to be there. And she feeds you tea and oranges that come up. I'm gonna take it down a bit. Hang on. And she, hang on. Okay, let's go again. And you want to take me with her, and you want to travel. Yeah, my voice is terrible.
That's all right. Don't worry. Just out of interest, do you know San Francisco Bay Blues?
No.
No, that's by Jesse Fuller. Jesse Fuller. There's a man going around taking names. You know that one?
No.
Okay. Well, just thought I'd ask.
Yeah.
So, apart from busking, what else do you play in? You know, sort of, do you play anywhere else? Do you play in coffee houses and stuff, or any pubs, or?
Currently, no. I mean, I have done, but no, just busking at the moment. But I'm definitely interested to, you know, play a place if I like it and if they like me, you know. So
I'll have a word around town. And to see.
Thank you. I realised that wasn't that wasn't the best promo.
No, but I did spring it on you, mate. To be honest with you, I did spring it on you.
I think I've just got a lot of coffee and cigarettes in my voice at the moment.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You see, smoking, amazing. Not a good habit.
No, need to nip that one in the bud.
So you grew up. Did you grow up in Brighton?
No, I was born in Liss, Hampshire.
Really?
Yeah, moved to. Then my parents split up when I was like 5. So I moved to Surrey with my mum and stepdad, Hazelmere specifically. And then when I was 15, I moved with my dad in Tunbridge Wells, Kent. And now I've ended up down here, like in the last 12 or so years, like Lancing, near Brighton.
Right. Well, now I'll hand you over now to my senior partner here, Keith Hayes. He's been around in television for since a year dot. So I wanted to. That's Keith Hayes, and I'll let you take over, Keith. If that's okay, Tristan.
All right, nice one. Thank you.
And Tristan, I will have a word around town in Lewis and see if there's any inquiries. I'll pass them on to you. All right?
Yeah, I'd love to help out anyone who's wanting to, learn. Yeah. Because there's a common misperception. Like people say, maybe like, I'm too old now. It's too late for me to start. These sort of false ideas, or like, oh, I was never much good. Well, you got to start somewhere. You have to.
Exactly.
That's why I'm here. So.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, as I say, the only thing I've ever done musically, apart from DJ, which I've done for 50 years, I sang with the band for a while. My first public appearance for myself was when I was 6, in front of the whole school, singing Edelweiss.
Singing what?
Singing Edelweiss. It's an old number by Vince Hill.
Right.
In front of the school regular while I was there. It was like a penance I had to pay, but that's what I got used to, performing in front of people. So sort of like, play a guitar, leave it to you because you're good, especially the chords. I mean, amazing. Right, I'll hand you over to Keith.
All right, thank you.
Now, you have to forgive me if I take a little time because I have Parkinson's.
He does, he has Parkinson's.
And Louis isn't the easiest of things. But there we are. I've managed it. Oh, crash landed. We've got a slight echo for some reason. I don't know why, but I think it's small enough for us to live with. Chris, first of all, let me ask you, because the man here said to me last night, he waved goodbye through the door and he said, now look at those videos and tell me what you think. And they were all this secret Beatles thing, where Paul McCartney and John Lennon was supposed to have stopped with buskers on the street. Is that just something that's talked about, or did it actually happen?
It did actually happen. I know that for a fact.
Oh, Teddy came up to me while I was busking. Yeah.
Really? Yeah,
Did it?
Yeah.
Oh, well, tell us about that.
Well, it was just a nice thing. I was just busking. I was just doing my thing, and I was blessed to, have Teddy come up to me and have that connection, and he just start talking to me, and like, I could help you, to maybe get some more pupils, or just to, it's about just sort of like if I've got something to give, it's like I can help you to be able to give more,
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Well, I mean, we feel the same. Incidentally, I wouldn't worry too much about starting things late. We've got two 88-year-olds on this station.
Oh, you're 88. I see. Okay.
I'm not 88 quite yet, but we've got two of my colleagues are 88
He's getting
and
there.
firing on all cylinders.
It's nice to see you guys active.
Well, I wish I was more active than I am, because Parkinson's is a funny old thing. I've had it for 14 years, but only 2 years has it stopped me from walking. I was perfectly okay before that. So you have to learn to come to grips with it. But anyway, that's another story, another time.
On his legs.
Yeah. So I know very little about the music industry, but we do have the Constitutional Club in Lewes, the Con Club, which seems to have a wide range of musical acts there. Have you been invited to appear there?
No, I haven't, but I would love the opportunity at least. Yeah.
Well, I'll mention that to Teddy, because he knows the people there. Apparently, they're just changing management after a good number of years, and not because of anybody being dissatisfied with the present management, but just that he's getting too old for it. So perhaps right now is a good time to sort of say, how about some new talent?
Yeah. I'd love to come along and try out. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'll mention that to him this evening when I see him, and we'll see if we can take that forward. But tell us about yourself. You just mentioned a mother and father splitting up, a stepdad. Your mother found a new man, as it were, fairly quickly.
Yes. Okay. Well, I mean, in terms of music, it would have been, my father was very, very classical, like nothing but classical music, So when my mum met my stepdad, well, my stepdad is into all the pop music or rock or whatever you want to call it, all the other non-classical things. So that was my first exposure to, I guess we could say, popular music. Which it included a lot of rock as well, a lot of classic and hard rock, like AC/DC or Rush, for example. I remember really loving hearing that classic and hard rock stuff from the 70s, So, and then, like I mentioned to Teddy, when I turned 15, I heard all the heavy metal type stuff that was coming out at the time when I was a kid, So that's when I really started to sort of take bloom in my own way, Yeah.
I mean, the classical background influence you in your taste?
Yeah, absolutely. It has. Yeah. I love everything really that I've ever been exposed to. Everything has played a role and an influence,
How old are you, as a matter of interest?
Right. Okay. Well, I will be the big 40 in 2 weeks.
So is busking a relatively new thing to you?
No. I've been doing it on and off for 10 years, 10, 11 years, on and off,
Right. And where is your preferred patch?
Lewes, I really like Lewes. Tunbridge Wells, which is where I grew up from, as a teenager into a young adult. I really like busking there. Littlehampton can be nice as well. There's a few places. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, I think there is. I'm being used to my past to being in front of a television camera and having millions of people watch, but put me in front of a live crowd and I get all silly. How do you handle a big crowd live, eyeball to eyeball, as it were?
It depends how I'm feeling, really. I mean, I've also done a lot of gigs as well where there's a lot, which is different to busking, because busking, everyone's just walking about their business, passing by, you know. Whereas if you're doing an official gig on the stage with all the eyeballs on you, it can I can feel very sort of nervous about that sometimes. Like it has happened, but then other times it's fine. But either way, I just get the job done, however I'm feeling, really, you know. Yeah.
I think that's the one thing that would stop me from. No, it's not the fact that I've got a lousy voice as well.
But also, you don't have to look at them as well. You can just sort of just pay attention to what you're doing and do it the best that you can, and that's fine. And people, that will always resonate if you're doing that, you know.
Yeah, yeah. Have you played the concert stage as opposed to busking very frequently?
Sorry, you're asking if I have played the concert stage?
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I mean, I've played a lot of different gigs in various bands at various venues, if that's what you mean, you know.
Yeah, well, I mean, remember that I don't know anything about you, and neither do the people watching. I use a technique of interviewing called the position of ignorance. Nobody knows nothing, and that way you don't forget anything. I just wondered how it measured up, because I've been introduced to you as a busker, but as we chat, it's obvious that you've appeared with bands and on stages and so on and so forth. I wonder what proportion of time you spent in each genre, if that's the right word.
Okay, well, I mean, with regards to like official gigs, it's nearly always been, in band, like rock band formats, you know, in like various rock bands I've been in the past. But like I was saying to Teddy just now, I have also done some gigs, like played at some restaurants or stuff like that, just as solo, like what I do, the same as what I do busking, but in a restaurant format or a bar or something. Like, you know, I've done that as well, you know.
Yeah. How do you determine what's going to be your menu for an evening? I mean, does it depend on what sort of place you're at, or what sort of audience you think you're going to get, or I mean, when you set out and you say play 12 songs throughout an evening, where did the idea for the 12 songs come from?
Well, I've got a vast repertoire of songs that I can draw from. So it might just be a case of like I'll play the songs that I feel like playing. I do have like certain set lists as well, like which are constructed to flow well from beginning to end. So, you know, if it's a case of being consistent and time effective and stuff like that, then I'll probably just stick to like one set list, have a break, do another set list, you know. I mean, I can take into consideration maybe the type of audience that I've got as well, you know, because, for example, my favorite thing is actually, you know, Spanish and flamenco music. But like, if I'm in a place where I think that that's not going to be that, you know, that's not going to go down so well, people will not be as interested in that, then I can, you know, maybe skip a bunch of that and do some more typical standard Western songs, you know.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
How long does it take you to sort of appear in front of an audience and say, right, I've now got the measure of this lot. I know the sort of thing that they're going to enjoy, and I can alter my program throughout the evening accordingly. How long does it take you to get the feel for the people you've got in front of you?
Oh, I mean, it's pretty instant, really. But, you know, I'll always have done some research as well into like the type of place I'm going to. And, you know, people, they can make it, especially if like drinks, alcohol is flowing, people can make it quite clear sometimes as well, like what they're into, you know. Play Wonderwall, you know. But okay, all right, fair enough. You know, it's a good song. So.
throughout the evening, do you try to vary the music, or do you get the feel for this is what this lot like, and that's what I'll stay with?
I'll always try and mix it up a bit. Yeah, at least, like if the vibe is more like older music, like folk, like Bob Dylan, Leonard Cohen, and stuff like that. Like I love that stuff, but I'll probably at some point I'll probably throw in at least something that has a bit more fire to it.
Yeah. Actually, how do you view Leonard Cohen and also the chap from Cockney Rebel? Because their lyrics are sometimes way out, aren't they?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it's I love the lyrics. Like I don't necessarily know always what they mean, but they at least always paint a beautiful picture for me.
Yeah. I mean, Cohen, she tied me to the kitchen chair.
Yes, exactly.
He's very evocative, but I'm not quite sure what he's on about. And tell me the name of the Cockney Rebel man. I should know it. Come up and see me, make me smile.
Billy Bragg?
No. Well, we could play the guessing game all night, but he also the lyrics were sort of way out, and that was a 1970s song, I think. Come up and see me, make me smile, and they used it as a semi-theme tune in the Full Monty.
Okay, yeah. I don't think I've heard it, but like since we're on the topic of lyrics, sorry, I'm just going to put my phone on silent. For me, the beauty of lyrics, it doesn't necessarily have to make intellectual sense. It doesn't have to be dissected, as long as it resonates in some kind of way, and it can just be said as you want it, and it's up to people whether they like it or whether it paints a picture for them or not.
Yeah. In other words, you leave a certain amount open to interpretation by the audience.
Yeah. I mean, if I write some lyrics and maybe they're a little obscure or something like that, people could always come up to me and say, "Oh, I got this from your lyrics," and I might be like, "Oh, okay, that's nice," or whatever, or maybe it could be really off the mark for me, and I'll be like, "Oh no, I don't know." But fair enough if you think that, But
how do you handle hecklers?
Hecklers, right? Okay, well, I mean, now and then, unfortunately, you do get the unsavory character that will come up. That I do get the unsavory character that will come up to me while I'm busking and try and say something nasty, say something nasty. And I mean, the best way is just to let it brush off, really. Like you got to let it brush off, because the overwhelming majority of people who do choose to engage with you, like Teddje, for example, are very nice and they mean well, so it's just a case of like managing to detach and just sort of let whatever people say just come and go if it's not of any good,
Yeah. What is for the future? where do you want to head with this? Because actually, I mean, you say you're 40, but that's very young nowadays. So you've got a lot of years ahead of you. Where would you be? Where would you like to be, say, in 10 years' time?
Oh wow, 10 years' time. I don't know exactly. I mean, either here or maybe India in some kind of form. But my short-term goals are actually to go to Granada, Spain. It's a city in Spain, Granada. Yeah, because that's like, you know, southern Spain is where all the flamenco is. So I want to be going, like, living there, absorbing the culture, and like really immersing myself as much as possible in the flamenco and Spanish and gypsy culture, you know.
Yeah, it's interesting you should mention Granada, because I lived in Vancouver for what, 15 years, I guess, and in those days, many years ago, it had one of the top nightclubs in anywhere in North America, the Cave, I think it was called, where all the acts came up to try out from Las Vegas before going on to sorry, from California before going on to Las Vegas. So we got really top class acts, and one of the acts that I actually got to know, because I was reporting on the entertainment scene in those days as a young cub reporter, was Frankie Lane, and of course his big signature tune was Granada.
Okay, yeah.
And are there big venues here that would be available to you over, if your progression is goes incrementally, you get bigger and bigger venues. Where are the venues that you would like to play?
Well, the first thing that comes to mind is anything with a deep Latin or Spanish setting, but yeah, I mean, I'm open to play literally anywhere, but I think that would be the direction, because that's my favorite thing, you know. So I am also like, I've been in many bands in the past, right? But I am still open to the possibility of being in a band again. So, you know, if that happened, then I would be up for playing, yeah, you know, big like rock stadiums or something. Do you know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
definitely. At least having that as an aim, like you know, when you want to play a huge stage with a huge crowd, you can only but try, right? And maybe you'll get there, you know.
What would your average audience be at the moment?
What would my average audience be
in terms of numbers? Yeah.
Oh, I mean, for me as a solo act, what do you mean? Do you mean what number would I like, or?
No, what number do you get at the moment?
Well, I mean, in terms of official gigs, I mean, it's nothing at the moment because I'm not getting any gigs. I'm just busking at the moment, you know. Right. But like, let's see, the last gig I did. I mean, it's like, I don't know, maybe like 50, say, you know, 50 or 100. Like if it's a restaurant or it's a bar, you know, there could be 50 to 100 people in there, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, you talk about what you call official gigs. How do you get an official gig?
Well, I mean, if you're going to go about getting it yourself, like the most effective way I've found for trying to do that is going in person, like going into the place in person, introducing yourself, making sure that it is a place that you would like to play, and just say, I would love to play here. You know, my name's Tristram, whatever. Hope to talk with you again. You know, that's been the most effective way for me so far, because when you're doing emails and stuff, you know, maybe people don't, maybe they get loads and loads of emails and they can't be bothered to sort of sift through and reply to every email, you know.
Yeah, but if you go into a restaurant or a venue and say, hi, this is who I am, you tend to get a sympathetic listenership.
Do I tend to get a sympathetic response?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, I do. I mean, sometimes it doesn't happen, you know, but and that could be for a variety of reasons. But I've never, no one's ever been rude, you know.
Well, that's encouraging, isn't it?
It is.
Have you ever considered going the agent route?
The ancient route.
Agent route.
Oh, yeah. I've definitely considered it. I've definitely thought about it, but I just never have. Like sometimes I get ideas and I don't know, I forget to follow it through or something, you know. But that's, I might have to make a little note of that. Just agencies, yeah, because that's an important one to at least try and explore, you know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I spent a lot of time in Northern Ireland too. I was a journalist there during the Troubles, and I got to know some entertainers, and they very much use the agency group there, or agent group. Somebody getting the gigs for them, and then they turning up. Mind you, of course, there are special precautions that needed to be taken in those days. The use of an agent was absolutely essential. But I just wondered whether you actually had extensively used it, but obviously not very much.
No, I've never done it, and I feel a little bit ashamed or something, but I've never gotten round to it. But like, I should at least try, you know.
You've got plenty of work. Why would you bother?
True, but it would be nice to try it.
You do seem to be to have plenty on your plate.
Yeah, I mean, just from life, I guess. Just from trying to balance everything, you know, including human madness, I guess.
Going the busker route, how much competition is there for the pitches?
Yes. I mean, sometimes, I mean, okay. I mean, for example, in Lewis, you know, there's going to be more competition in a way because it's so small. You know, the amount, the number of options of places to busk in Lewis, it's very far and few between. You know, you'd be very far stretched to manage to fit three buskers in Lewis. You know. So from that perspective, if you're going to a smaller place, yeah, it can be, you know, you know, I have to go and like, I'll like if someone is already in the pitch that I want, or if all the pitches are taken, I'll just go and talk to the buskers who are already there and just ask them, hey, how are you doing? And like, you know, how long do you want to be staying here and stuff? But hopefully just, you know, just to strike up a connection at the very least. You know, I never want to be one of those. I never have been one of those buskers that just has no regard at all for anyone else and will just blast their amp out. Like I've had people blast their amp out in my direction before. You know, like I'll be in the middle of busking and suddenly, you know, noise from someone else. You know, so you know, I have run into some people like that before, you know. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Do you get invited much? I mean, on some of the channels, non-broadcast channels on television, you see somebody decides to play a piano in the middle of a station. And then somebody else comes up and says, oh, can I play a song with you? And so on. Do you get those sort of invitations or requests for invitations much?
No, I mean, the closest I can think of to that is like, you know, now and then, you know, while I'm busking, someone will come up and they'll ask if they can sing a little something while I play, you know. So I guess that's similar, I guess. But I know exactly the type of video you mean, like that blows up, yeah, in the middle of Brighton station with the piano or something like that, you know.
Yeah. The the issue of actually people appearing on a pitch is I used to go to London a lot. I worked at Reuters for a decade and other places before that, and they introduced while I was travelling this business of having stands in the underground. So a busker could book the stand for an hour or 2 hours or whatever, and it was his by rental, as it were. Rather than so there was no quarrel, no question about who had got the stand. Do you think that's a good system?
Not really, because like you can always find somewhere else, you know. And last time I checked, I don't know if this is going off topic or not, but like last time I checked, you know, you actually have to audition to be able to play in London or play in the underground. You actually have to stand before a panel and get judged for it, you know.
Really? I never knew that.
Yeah. That was just like less than a couple of years ago that I saw that, you know. I didn't audition. I saw someone else, you know, a friend, a busker friend of mine. He went through that, and they declined him, you know. But like as for the question of if I think it's a good system, it's not like I think there's upsides and there's downsides, you know, because like I don't like to feel too constrained, like so it's like, oh well, you know, looking at the time, oh well, you know, what if I'm like really in the flow of something? I'd love to stay there, you know.
Yeah.
You know, and whoever else is looking for a pitch, well, like they can go and find another pitch somewhere, you know. It's definitely possible, and it's good for one's integrity of spirit to like search around and find a place, you know.
Have you attacked the London scene at all?
No. Again, it's one of these ideas I've had, but never gone for it.
Right. I think people have heard me rabbiting on for a little while. How about giving us another song?
Okay. I'll yeah. I would have warmed up my voice. Let's see. Maybe I should just go for it. Just go for something a bit a little more like flamenco-y or something.
Your choice.
Okay. How many times can it change? How long will I be restrained? It's a morning to be there. All my time seems to be wasted when it's snow. The fire's always burning. On the inside line, it's not over. My life, it's not over. I'm down again, face starts around me all day. No more can I tolerate these excuses for all this constant pressure. Overloaded when it's gone, the fire's always burning. On the inside, it's not over. Again. It's not So,
Wow.
that's an example of something with a bit more fire, you know.
Right. That's excellent.
Thank
Well,
you.
we've been at it for an hour, and so I'm going to let you go. But I would like you to come back because I found that your explanation of some of the things that you do as a busker to be quite fascinating. And I think that we should amplify a little and find out a little bit more of what you do and how you feel, because that really is what television is all about, is how people feel, how they react, and so on. So I will get Teddy. I promised you I shall remind him when I see him tonight that you would like him to explore the Con Club for him and to see what other possibilities there are in Lewis. I doubt if we can go much further than Lewis, to be quite honest with you, because our sphere of influence nowadays is limited. But nonetheless, Lewis is not a bad little town to cut your teeth in. So we certainly will be active in looking for you.
Thank you so much, Keith. And I'll next time I'm busking in Lewis, I'll send Teddy a message and make sure that and like maybe you could come along and say hi.
Indeed, I can't walk, as you know. But I've got a little scooter, which is famous for zipping around town. So when you are here, please let me know, because I'd love to drive the scooter down and sit in absolute luxury compared to those people who are standing and listening to you.
Yeah, you have your own seat. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Tris. Thank you for taking the time and trouble this morning. And you've been a fascinating interview. And I wish you well. But anything we can do to help, we will.
Thank you so much, Keith. It's been a real pleasure to speak with you and Teddy today. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye.
Okay, there we are. Hayes talking music, not being terribly musical, but certainly able to appreciate it. And Tris, a young man on his way up, I would say. He thinks carefully about it. He's a decent young man. He's concerned about other people around him. And all in all, I think that we would wish him well and hope that he can look after himself and look after his profession, because it's very important that people look after their professions. And he's good. Right you are. Talk to you later. Bye.